Good morning, my beautiful followers. I guess afternoon. So it has been interesting weather here in Texas, and so that's actually what I want to talk about, but I want to talk about it in our orgasmic manner today. So I woke up this morning and it was like super dark, and if you look behind me now, it's like beautiful blue skies. And I sat there watching, because if you actually go to the front of my home right now, there's all these like dark clouds, and if you go to the back, there's like this beautiful blue sky, this beautiful blue sky with a couple clouds, but they're like those beautiful white puffy clouds. I was sitting outside and I was just like watching this weather transition over and over again. And it really reminded me of the orgasmic process of life. And so a lot of people, I use the term orgasmic life a ton in my business, and a lot of people don't truly understand what I mean by orgasmic life. They think I mean just like these high peaks, which I would actually call the climactic life. If you're just looking for these peaks, then you're looking for a climactic life. And the fact is, though a good climax can be amazing, the fact is that's not the full spectrum of life. That is not the full gamut of emotions and the feelings, the good and the bad, which if we experience the darkness, if we experience the heavy clouds, then we also can experience these bright blue skies and puffy clouds a lot better. And this plays out in our lives. We like to think of orgasm as climax, so like this peak we hit, and if we take it from a very sexual standpoint. But when I teach my clients, my coaching clients, my one-on-one or in my workshops about the orgasmic process, it is about the lows as much as it is about the highs, because sometimes those lows, that prep, that moment, that introspection will set you free for these really high, beautiful points in our lives. And we do this in relationships as well. I was talking to a beautiful married couple the other day in a couples consult, and it was interesting because it was all what they were focused in on, and that's really what the orgasmic process is about. Yes, we want those beautiful highs, and so are you focusing in on the beauty, the yumminess of the highs, while also appreciating the lows? And like I said, it brought up this couples consult I did a couple days ago with this beautiful married couple, and she sat there sharing about kind of her life and what's going on, and she shared some really positive, exciting, beautiful pieces of the relationship and her life. And then on the other end, she did share some of the things that she's struggling with, and that opposite end of like, okay, yeah, but then this is also going on. And he looked at me and said, see, she's so negative. And I went, did you not listen to all the positive she also shared? If you want to be in this orgasmic life with her, you have to also step in to the positive pieces, the negative pieces, and like the whole gamut. And when we look at our orgasmic life and creating this orgasmic life, whether that's in our bedrooms, in our bedrooms, in our relationships, in our money, because money can be orgasmic too. I'm in crypto, and I'm watching like the orgasm of it go up and then come down, and I'm like, ooh, like this is a ride. And are you enjoying the ride? And in truth, are you enjoying the ride in all areas of your life? Not just the bedroom, or not just the relationship, or not just your money, or not just your emotions. Are you really taking in what I would consider a tantric perspective? And I call it a tantric perspective because it really is about all of our self weaved together, and really the whole gamut, like the good, the bad, the in between, the positive emotions, the stuff that you still have to heal. And so it really is looking at all of that together in creating this orgasmic life. And if we cut off the cloudiness, the horrible weather moments, then we really do lose appreciation for moments like I'm sitting in right now in my backyard, unlike if I was to walk to my front yard right now. we lose appreciation for these moments. We lose appreciation for the bright blues when that is all we're seeing. We have to also experience this other end of the orgasm. And a lot of times when I'm working with people actually in a sexual fashion of orgasm, I tell them, particularly women, sometimes you have to go through this uncomfortable period to get to this high. Sometimes you have to move through the numbness, move through the shutdown, the stuckness, in order to get to this beautiful, sensual, pleasurable space. But you have to go through the entire gamut of the roller coaster. And we can pretty much see this in our sex. It's like, okay, yeah, I get that. I can get that. I can get that there is a ebb and a flow in our sex. But I want to ask you, do you really get it? Because I can't tell you how many people I get, even when it comes to just sex, saying, yeah, but why am I not, why am I not desiring sex all the time? Why am I not rock solid and pleasurable and all this stuff at all? Why am I not at the peak at all times? That's the question. And I go, because you have to experience the low in order to get the current going. In order to get that wave going, you really do have to experience the lows as well as these beautiful highs. And we hope that as we have experienced the lows, we're not dropping into them as much. Just like if you look at like investments, like you're hoping that your investments are not going to crash every time. No, like you're hoping that it goes upwards, and that, yeah, you might dip a little bit, but your dips aren't as strong. But you have been to that low place, you have experienced it, you have seen it, and you have figured out how to move through it. And so I know that this is very focused on philosophy today and just very abstract thinking, but I do want you to look at your life and look at where you're wanting your orgasmic life to just be all positive, all amazingness, all the very peak of pleasure, when the fact is you need the entire spectrum. You need the highs and the lows. And then also, where are you waiting for the storm to come? Instead of really sitting with yourself and just being like, oh, like this moment in the day is beautiful. Like I said, it's been, 20 minutes ago, it was dark and cloudy back here. And now I'm like, wow, this is a moment. Where are you not really diving deep and being present in those beautiful moments you are getting? Are you really appreciating them? Are you really getting present in them? And are you doing the same in those lows, in those dark, cloudy moments? Are you sitting there and going, this is a different energy, and I can sit here, and I can feel this, and I can experience this? So, just some questions to ask yourself on this beautiful Sunday. So if you are interested in one-on-one coaching, all of that, you can head over to addisonbell.net. Other than that, I will see you beautiful followers tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Please like, share, comment, help me get my message out there, or just tell me where you are in your life. Tell me about something orgasmic that has happened in your life. Tell me something good. Give me some good news on this Sunday. Give me some good news on this Sunday. Brag a little bit. So, all right, guys. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed.